Phoenix Wright is attorney, and we're going to try it again. Don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try it again. We're going to try uploading the video over 15 minutes.
And TurtleCraft 25 is here. Which I always answer all these videos.
Yeah, TurtleCraft 25.
Except for like 3.
Yeah, TurtleCraft 25 is with us as always. And we're continuing as always. If you guys haven't been watching lately, we're continuing with episode 4, known as... I was going to say it. Turnabout Goodbyes, and we're about to go into our second day of court. Yesterday we investigated, and we found about this old guy that was in this boat rental shop, and he was really weird.
I think he's suspicious.
Yeah, he does sound pretty suspicious since his bird was saying that don't forget DL6, so let's get started, shall we?
I thought it was DLC.
It's DL6. Alright, you ready, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me just adjust my camera really quickly, and let's go! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statement, so...
Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Right, of course.
A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
What?
It's actually going to end 3 minutes from now.
Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now?
Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now.
Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Alright, here he is.
Witness, state your profession.
He's sleeping.
I are an proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep, I was.
Please testify.
I thought he thought it was a noodle shop.
What'd you say?
I thought he thought it was a noodle shop.
Yeah. We still haven't heard of who this old guy is. Let's raise an objection. Wait a minute! The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate!
Yeah, right. The witness will state his name.
What do you think the witness's real name is?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's that Yanni Yogi guy.
Why that?
Well, it just seems like he's connected to this case, and who other can he be but the guy who was also in the elevator with Miles?
Yeah, it seems like everyone who is connected with the DL6 case is connected to this case.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really sure, yep.
What do you mean?
My memory.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years.
What'd you say, Sam? Sam, what did you say?
Oh, well, it seems like everyone besides Phoenix Wright is
A suspect.
is connected to this case.
Ergo, he cannot...
And the judge, too.
Yeah.
Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
You can't recall, you say?
Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
Very well, let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Here we go. First testimony of the day.
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window.
Very well, I'd like to begin the cross-examination. What? You want to cross-examine?
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now!
Yes, Mr. Wright.
He hasn't got the cross-examined yet.
What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed.
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. Cross-examine the witness. Oh, I love the judge. I love him so much. Alright, let's just kind of go through these. So let's just go ahead and look through our evidence really quickly. So we have a lot of DL6 stuff that maybe we could present later. Night 24th, I was in the restaurant. I heard a bang. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat. I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and walks by my window. I'm just gonna press him on a couple things. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure.
Are you certain?
Yep.
Good, continue.
So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him.
This is a rather important detail presented to your testimony.
I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad!
Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe it. He's dead as he was walking by, too.
Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, that Edgeworth boy.
Oh, he just fell on the ground.
Is what?
He just fell backwards on the ground.
This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Von Karma. He lured me into a cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
I better act quicker. This trial is going to be over. Objection! Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's court that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly.
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness testimony is true.
The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Objection! Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
What?
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Ugh.
Nick, do we have evidence?
It's no good. There's nothing I can do.
Are you sure?
To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore.
Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you.
3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand.
He's sleeping. Oh, God.
This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No!
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
guilty! What? Did we do something wrong?
Well, maybe something surprising or unexpected would happen.
Yeah, it usually happens.
Character walking into the doors.
the accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned.
These random character walks through the
Oh
doors
my
sometime
God! Wait! Yes! Come on, who is it?
I was right.
Who was that just now?
Me, huh? What? Larry!
A random character did walk through the doors.
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
The gunshot, I heard it too. Whoa, Larry butts comes to the rescue!
Yay,
Oh, it is on like Donkey Kong.
What is the meaning of this?
The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did a gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry, he could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an accurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Sweet. That was close.
What?
He just said he withdraws his recent saying of guilty. So we're still in this. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify.
Now, what? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Holy crap. That was insane. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh, you say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been needing to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. When I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me, I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything depends on Larry now. Here we go. Back in the courtroom. This is getting insane.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have the time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Let's do this, Sam. That night I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I had found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was an unusually vague testimony for this court. In any matter, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
I hate when she calls me Nick. So, you know what let's just go through this once again. Whoa, wait a minute here. I'm looking at Lotta's deposition right now, Sam, and it says 2 sounds. If you guys heard what Larry said on his last part of this testimony. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So let's press him on that really quickly.
Yeah, that's objection.
So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh.
Well, Nick,
It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Alright, I think that's gotta be it, Sam. So, what should we present? Should we just present what I just read, her deposition?
Yep.
Alright. And we have just gone over 15 minutes, so once again, I hope this works. Here we go! Objection! Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? What'd you say, Sam?
Yeah?
Did you say anything?
I thought I did Larry's voice in the first episode.
Oh, God.
I forget how I did it, actually.
Yeah, I forgot how you did. I think I remember how you did it for Butts. You were like, oh, yeah. Alright. Mr. Butts? What? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Space. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, on my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing, Mr. Butts. You were listening to a radio on your phones. Yeah, so what? That's not a crime. I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? What do you think?
Sure.
Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Witness testimony, what Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
What the DJ was saying?
Yeah. You listen to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Objection! Wait, Your Honor, the witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Cross-examination, what Larry heard. Alright. Let's press on the DJ one. Because I want to find out what the DJ said.
Yeah. Maybe it has to do with...
What did he say?
Mr. Wright, please seize these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? Indeed, Mr. Von Kamm has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
What did he hear when
He
heard
said,
the gunshot?
oh, whoa, here, wait a minute. He said, just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas. I'm looking at
That
this.
must mean it was before midnight.
It said, Sam,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this lake photo right now, and it says take it automatically on the 25th at 12:15 a.m. That is
How do you
after.
use that?
That is on Christmas. Objection! Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve! That would seem to be the case, yes? But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is an irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered the smart camera. 12:25.15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Oh, man. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Bucks's claim that he gunshot before midnight?
So wait, Zach, what are you gonna do if it doesn't work?
What?
What are you gonna do if scoring over 15 minutes doesn't work?
I'm gonna do what I did on episode 3, on the ending of episode 3, when I just played it on the computer with voice acting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and then I'll probably have you as a guest, maybe, I don't know. Larry's wrong! Well, I guess it had to have been Larry's mistake.
No, I think Larry's
Or
right.
no, I think he's right, sorry. Whoops. And you laugh it up with some kind of mistake. What about me? How can you call yourself a friend, Nick? How? Get used to disappointment. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Bucks's... Okay. Larry's right! He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
There was a gunshot. How about the second lake photo? Take that!
Yeah, you said that in the second one.
Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with an automatic camera. The timestamp of the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh yeah?
But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. They claim that she was mistaken.
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them.
Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There was no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear.
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
I just thought of the evidence. Didn't she say that she changed it to make the sound of the sneeze for the camera? Right. But
Hold on.
Wouldn't react?
I'm looking at the murder weapon right now. The murder weapon, 22 caliber, fired 3 times.
Oh, present that.
What is that? Well, where'd the first one come from? Take that! This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes.
was murdered.
One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it.
Huh?
Remember the case with the steel samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya.
Yes? If we don't
figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it.
Right, I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Wright, the testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It could have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I made it hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad?
Explain who this is sitting on the boat. Oh, God. It's either the murderer and Hammond, Edgeworth and the murderer, or Edgeworth and Hammond. Well, how... I'm gonna go with Edgeworth and the murderer. Oh. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the accused Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Oh, that makes sense.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Wright. It's either Miles. Well, it could have been Lotta or Miles, so I'm just gonna go with I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. Yeah, because it's the old man. We don't even. It's probably the old man, and we don't even know his name.
You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place.
What's the boathouse?
Should I do the boat shop?
Yeah, boat shop. Whatever it's called.
Or the rental store, yeah. Alright, take that! Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. What?
Do you have proof the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gordon Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Gotta be the boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
Because the first shot missed, or to create a witness? To create a witness, I think. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. Just someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant about Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishing so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir? Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. Oh, snap!
What?
What should I do?
Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Did he run away?
Oh, man. He ran away.
Oh my god.
Mr. Von Kammer, your witness has disappeared? A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize it until all its forces to find out witness. Am I understood?
I wonder why he ran. I wonder what excuses for running away.
I don't know.
One more thing, just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned.
I think we're done for today. Let's just finish this up.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah, well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
What about Larry? Well, that was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's on us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right, there's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What? Come on! Oh, to be continued. Oh, man. Alright, I guess we'll find out about it tomorrow. I think tomorrow we might learn more about the
Can you
TL6.
please record another one today?
No, I got some stuff to do today. But we will continue. We will go to more investigating tomorrow, and I hope we'll finish this up on Friday. But so that's gonna do it today for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm Zachman18,
And Zero Class 25.
and we will see you guys next time on Phoenix Wright. And to close it out, objection!